Sounds great.
Okay, perfect. So, good afternoon. Thank you.
Hello.
Yay! Welcome to our Media Magic pre-event training, where we're going to come together and meet each other ahead of time and connect, and then also go over the how to get the absolute most out of your experience with us next week. I know that we have Mike joining us. Hi, Mike. Welcome. We have another Mike too. And so we'll go around and you'll be able to hear from each other. But before we get started, I just wanted to be certain that you'll have to sit. Thank you. So first off, I want to say thank you so much for believing in me and making the investment in yourself to be not only the investment of money, but the investment of time to spend a few days with us next week. And I'm going to do my absolute best, and I know all of our guest speakers are going to do their absolute best to give you all that they can to make sure that you get what it takes and what you need to go out there and be showcased and get your message out to the masses. So before we get started, I can't see hands from Anthony and Mike, so you might have to either raise your hand on Zoom or say yes. But
yes.
How many of you are speakers or wanting to be speakers?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Is there anybody that's not looking to be a speaker? Say aye. Okay, perfect. So everybody's wanting to be a speaker. Awesome. How many of you have received free publicity or been on a radio or TV or had an article written in the past? Go ahead and raise your hand.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, perfect. How many this is going to be your first time? Okay, perfect. Yay, you're in the right place. So before we get started, I just want to tell you a little bit about why we're doing this pre-event training. Some of you know that I'm an event strategist, and one of the things that I found that makes a big impact with events is really putting together a strategy and taking time to know what you're getting into it beforehand. So I have, before all of the events, whether it's this event or the Business Acceleration Summit, I do what I can to give you all the tools and all the resources so that when you show up, you step into family, you get to know all of these amazing people ahead of time so that you don't feel like you're stepping into a party where you don't know anybody, but that also you can come in and get the absolute most out of your experience, because with planning comes results. Can you say that? With planning comes results. Awesome. So, and I'm going to if I keep leaning forward, it's because people are joining us. So today, one of the things I asked you to get ready for the Media Magic Intensive is your 60-second elevator pitch, Because what I found is that that's a lot of times where people's gap is to be able to communicate who they are, what they're looking for, and what they need next. And so that's going to be one of the first things that we work on. We're going to work on that there. But I just wanted to check in, and I wanted to give you the chance to be able to share who you are and what you're doing, and share your elevator pitch. Now, I'm not going to spend a bunch of time coaching today because you're going to get all the support you need while you're there, but I want you to know who's coming so that you can see these amazing people and start connecting ahead of time. So, and when we get there, we're going to work on getting it down to 30 seconds, because when you do the commercial or radio, then you need to be able to do that quick, clear, and concise. But today we'll go ahead and do a quick 60 seconds or less. I know you're quick and on to the point. So we'll have that opportunity, and take notes, because this is going to be your family for a couple of days, and they're going to be individuals that you're working with. And it doesn't look like I have any of the presenters here yet, so I'll go through some of those as we go along. But I just want to get to know everybody that's here. So I'm going to pick on Charlie first. Okay.
Hi, I'm Charlie Mace. Shannon yells at me because I do 25 seconds, so I'm going to try to take my 25 and make it the long version because I know what the short version says. So I'm Charlie Mace. I help women cultivate their confidence and prosperity through effective use of color. Color Tools is the only system that streamlines your personal color wardrobe globally for those who want to stand out with a confident signature present but don't know how in an era of overflowing wardrobes with nothing to wear. Charlie Mace, Color Tools. That's okay. Go ahead.
If you don't know, we're a family organization, so we have kids and teenagers, and we actually sponsor young adults to go to a lot of our events because we really believe that they're our future. Thank you, Charlie. Charlie helped me go from gloom and doom color to where I'm on stage on the camera and I look like death literally, to wearing my color and having it match and having it make a difference. So.
You're radiant. You're radiant. We see your face before we see your outfit.
And she can help you with your business colors, all kinds of things. She's somebody that you definitely want to know, and she's so fun in your closet. Oh my goodness, not that she. And then we have the world famous photographer, and she does a few other things too, but she is the one that captures our smiles. She's going to be doing headshots while they're there, so if you need an update on your headshot, she just is incredible. If you've seen our magazine, she's done a majority of the photos that are in there, and she rocks.
Including the cover of you.
Including the cover, yes, yes.
So I'm Christina Stewart. I own Christina Stewart Photography. I help people look great, feel great, and share that greatness with the world through good nutrition, skincare, and amazing photography. I am a photo instructor as well, and I'm teaching a class beginning on August 23rd at the Green Foods Market. So what I'm looking for are people who are interested in expanding their photographic knowledge, who have an SLR, meaning a single lens reflex. You can change the lenses on your camera, and want to just get better pictures of their world.
Yay. And when we do virtual, we do, instead of clapping, we can do the, Okay, Kathleen, can I have you go next?
Sure, I'm gonna read it. I wrote it down.
Please, yes. And that's the other thing. Thank you for bringing that up. I wanted to let you know that this is a learning playground. So we invite you to read if you need to. And so, yes.
Okay, great, thanks. Okay, my name is Kathleen Tamburino. I'm a LinkedIn expert who has helped small to mid-sized business owners create over $1 million in new business in less than 8 months. I developed an easy, authentic, and dependable system that businesses use to grow their business using LinkedIn. The result is generating leads for the business. I'm passionate about training small to medium-sized business owners and entrepreneurs how to use my system to find and close their ideal clients quickly, which will grow a huge book of business. You can find me at linkedintrainingbykat.com.
Awesome. And it's Kat with K-A-T.
K-A-T.
Yes. Great. I love it.
You like it? Thanks.
Perfect. Anthony, would you like to go next?
Sure. My name is Anthony Profeta, and I'm a self-discovery specialist who uses ancient transformational wisdom found in the meditative, contemplative, and mindfulness practices to help people know that they are not limited, empower them to find their purpose, and help them master the magic of life and discover that everything they're looking for is already within them.
Ooh, I love it.
Thank you. That's as far as I got so far.
Perfect. So the one thing you want to do is be sure to mention how they get a hold of you. You can
Okay.
do that.
Right.
And just so you know, you'll hear this again when you get there, is that I eliminate the www. That takes up airtime, and so you can just say your website.
Oh, perfect. Okay, at anthonyprofeta.com. Thanks.
Perfect. Okay, Mike, would you like to go next? Mike, who's on the screen, not Mike, who's here. We'll give you one more minute. Mike, who's on the screen, unless that's somebody else. Maybe they're just an observer. Okay, George, are you with us?
Shannon, on my screen, it shows that they're both unmuted.
Okay. Hi, George.
Everybody. I'm just listening because I'm viewing for the first time, so I don't have anything prepared in structure, but I will.
Okay, awesome. Just go ahead and give them your website if you don't mind, and can you just tell them?
Yeah, it's not going to be up until August 20th, but I'm a performance improvement analyst, and I help people, managers and companies, directors, HR directors, senior managers, business owners, learn how to solve problems on the job as it relates to understanding behaviors and workplace problems. And I've actually trademarked and registered a system to be able to do that so that they can address it and align their operational thinking and strategy with the human performance of their workers. And we've got our first event on September 7th, after Labor Day, and that's at Nova Southeastern University, Graduate College of Business. And we'll be inviting people actually to help us beta test before that. So if anybody's interested, you can email me. You can find me on LinkedIn, and that would be George, and my last name is Koehn, and the name of the company is WHPN, Workplace and Human Performance Network, and the website will be whpn.net.
Beautiful. Thank you, George. It's definitely somebody you want to rub elbows with. Mike, I know that you said you don't have audio. Feel free to type into the chat room whatever you would like us to know to be able to connect with you. Okay, so now we have another Mike.
Yes, thank you. All right. I use hypnosis to guide clients through a process that enables them to move toward constructive habits and productive lives, specifically in areas such as smoking cessation and self-esteem.
And your name. Give me your full name.
Michael Stern.
Michael Stern. Yep. And how would they reach you?
Oh, it would be via phone. It would be 312-504-5564.
Perfect. Wonderful. All right. And then my amazing husband.
You want me to talk?
You know one of the things I do and not talk.
People here. So my name is Ari Peronich. I'm known as the performance therapist. I am a sports and injury rehabilitation specialist, functional medicine consultant, and national educator. So pretty much what that means is that you're feeling pains and aches, you got in a car accident, your joints are all wacky, you've been to 100 other people and nobody's been able to help you. I'm the person that not only can help you get better, but then I'm also the person that can train the people you've been working with so that they can get better results with you as well. So you can reach me at Performance Therapy Academy. I bridge the gap between medicine and alternative health.
Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. So this is going to be one of the first things that we work with. And you'll hear this again that day, but one of the great things, I just want to acknowledge each one of you. The fact that you showed up today, it's not only going to help prepare you for the event, but it's going to accelerate you at such a huge level that you've taken this time. So when we work on this, I always suggest that you can paint a picture, you can talk about the problem, you can talk about what you do for people, what solutions you provide. You want to be sure that the last thing that you leave them with, it's kind of like the radio commercial. At the very end of the radio commercial, that last sentence is what stands out, and that's the last thing that you want them to remember. If there's some free gift, if you're list building, if there's something that you're offering, this is a great chance to do that. Come talk to me about this demo. Come learn more about my, Kathleen, like I know that you have a special, it's either report or assessment.
It's a step-by-step, it's a step-by-step document that I'm gonna give as a freebie on the website.
Okay, perfect. So if you have something like that, I encourage you, because that catches people's attention. You know, that lets them know that you have some sort of offering that you're willing to do. And in this environment of the Media Magic Intensive or the summit, if you come to the summit in the future, it's a great place. Like I know that you said, come talk to me about your color. I'd love to talk to you. Or Ari said, come, you know, let's talk about your health. So I invite you while you're there to please let us know how we can engage with you. So it can be problem, it can be imagine, it can be stats. Anthony, I just wanted to compliment you on yours, because I know meditation can be an interesting one, and you did a remarkable job with sharing that in a way that was like, wow, I want to learn more.
Oh, thank you.
The other thing is, I want to be mindful of your tones and your gestures. All of this is things that leave impact. So I know we're here on a webinar, but when you're doing this in the group, you've heard the variances. Like if you're at a 4 or 5 the whole time, if you want to have more impact, if you can do things that get people's attention.
I want to stand up.
You want to stand up? Yes, you will. But just be mindful of your variance, because all of those things are ways to get people's attention. You're going to have your camera around your neck, so that'll stand out. I have a friend who made videos on how to pick up chicks as a photographer. Really funny. So that's going to be one of the first things that we work on the very first day. Registration starts from 8:30 to 9. We're going to start right on the nose at 9. So I invite you to get there early, get in your seat, and be ready to go. This is going to be an activity where you are working. So if you have a laptop, please bring that. You know, you don't have to set it up first thing, because we're not going to necessarily need it first thing. But when we do the working part of it, or I do the working part of it, I'm going to say, let's do this. Now, I know some of the other speakers, please close it and pay attention to them unless you're taking notes, because there's nothing worse, and some of you know as a speaker, is if, one of the greatest things you can give a speaker is your attention and your smiles, so that they know that you're attentive.
The only time you want to see the back of the laptop is if you're teaching computer skills.
Yes, yes, exactly. So we're going to start right at 9 o'clock. It's going to be a very engaging event. We have Gio Ropert with Ropert and Partners. He may pop on at the end. He was not feeling very well today. He may pop on in the end and say hi. This gentleman is an award-winning publicist. His whole claim to fame is "I'll make you famous," and he's an incredible writer. He's helped us a lot with our press releases to get out there. He's very connected in our community with the media. And I just want to point out one of the beautiful things is, you may say, Shannon, we're here to learn about press releases from you. And here you're bringing in somebody else. Well, we're all about collaboration. And Gio has skills that I don't have. And we found that when we come together and we work together, we can help you so much more, and we can help each other so much more. So this is not the Shannon show. This is, I'm bringing you the people that I use, the people that I go to really help create the magic. So Gio Ropert can help with anything from branding, messaging. He's an absolute rock star and somebody that you want to connect with. We also have Afreen Khan. Afreen Khan has the Red Elephant. She is talking about how to not only survive but thrive. Her and her husband, I got to hear them speak about a year ago, and their event just totally transformed my life. They're about really helping us stand in our power. They work with people's communication, speaking, reaching the masses, and really lucky that she's here. We also have Amanda Rose, who's a 6-figure speaking coach. And she'll be teaching tips and strategies to get your message out there, and things to avoid, like the ums and the ahs and the so's and all of the things that I'm still working on myself. And I did a Facebook Live with her this morning that she gave 3 tips if you want to plug into those. She's awesome. Now both Afreen and Amanda Rose, and it is Amanda Rose, just so you know, and it's with an O, Amanda. they're only going to be there one day. So you guys, as a gift for being here now, you know that as a VIP guest, if you want to meet with them, you want to sign up on their list the day that they're there, because they're only going to be there that day and you don't want to miss them. Now, as a VIP, you get to join us for the marketing and sales mastermind lunches. So it's the same thing. They're only going to be there one day. So, they may do things outside of it. Now that's completely up to them. Don't expect it, because really I've got them to contribute their time while we're here. But they, just be mindful that if you want to talk to them, get on their schedule while they're there. We also have Dawn Gluskin, who is a storyteller, copywriter. This woman is an absolute, and I'm muting you too because I'm hearing some things in the background. I hope that's okay. And then I'll do some engagement in a minute. Dawn Gluskin helps your story get out in a way with impact. I've had clients that I've worked with where we've worked on their bio, and the bio sizzles and it's great. She actually has it where it becomes a national story, something that can easily be picked up by the Huffington Post or Forbes or Inc. So Dawn Gluskin is another rock star that's there. And then we have David Dunworth, who we've all worked with. David. David's he's been a sponsor for a lot of events. He gets online marketing, digital marketing. I think he's written 11 books or something. So anything with publishing. So these are the individuals that have come to serve you. We're all here to serve you. So during the lunches, what happens is you're going to see on a table, there'll be a tent card that'll say Geo Ropert or a frame. And so when we break for lunch, you're going to go ahead and find where you want to sit, and they'll go around, and it's about 15 minutes each where they'll focus on you and what you need. So you may say, well, what do I need? What am I working on? Bring your marketing material. Obviously, my commitment to you is to help you get your press kit together, which consists of your power bio and your press release. And I'll go over the other 6 things when we get there as part of our teaching, but these are the hardest ones to do, is talk about yourself in your bio. And then also your press release is what's going to attract free publicity. But if you have a flyer, I just told Mike today, I said, look, you're working with non-smoking. I would get a flyer together and I would bring it to the event, and I would have people give you feedback right there on your language so that you can do this. Because some of us are hundreds of dollars an hour, and to have us do that is going to be good use of your time. If you have ads you've written and you're not getting the results you want, or you want to get more results, then bring those. During the meal time, it's all about you. So you get to decide what happens from there. And then at the end of the day, we do the one-on-one session. So I'm going to pause just for a moment, because I know, Charlie, you've been there before, and you might have some tips or ideas or anything that you want to contribute. And then I'm going to ask you to contribute too, because I believe everybody that's here, they've never been before. So do you mind sharing?
I keep coming back because your business is always evolving, and Shannon is good at helping you elaborate or target what your need is right now. If you've worked on any of your previous materials, your bio or any of that, bring it with you. If it's typed, make sure there's spaces to write in between, because everybody that looks at it is going to have comments for you, and then you can take them home and write like crazy. So the key is, the more you come with, the easier it will be to fine tune and to streamline.
So she just brought up something that I want to piggyback on. So when she was talking about the double space, when you keep coming back, and thank you for pointing that out, we meet you with where you're at. So if you are, for example, let's say you're done with your bio, you've completed your bio, well then we work with you on your power bio. Or we might, like Charlie's coming back, and Charlie wants to get a smaller bio for brochures and introductions. So what I've told her is, I said, make sure you put it in Google Docs or some sort of collaborative space, because Geo, if you have Geo work on it, he likes to make his edits right there on the spot. If you work with me or Dawn or some of the other ones, it's going to be best to have a printed out piece of paper with large font, double space, and we're going to scratch the heck out of it.
And highlighters.
And highlighters, yes. And edit it right there on the spot. So we invite you to bring those with you so that we can support you. And so printed it out, and usually bringing 2 or 3 copies so that you can give the person a fresh one. Like if you have me look at it, you may not, you may want to have Gio look at a fresh one too. Awesome. So what's one of the things you love about this?
What I love about it is it's got to be the collaboration. Everyone is so giving of their time and their knowledge, and they're really interested in seeing you succeed.
And we love having you. Give her lots of hugs, because our staff that helps us I couldn't do it without you. I could not do it without you. Okay, Christina, do you mind sharing your insights on how to with the summit?
I love the Beauty Magic.
Beauty Magic, yes.
I love that it's a working event where we're given time to do the things. Because if I do it right now, it's gonna get done. And even still, I'm not totally done with my Power Bio either. And I need to add some things. I've had a pretty fun year this year with some adventures, as some of you know. Actually, none of them here do. So I love that we're always evolving and growing, and this is I think it'll be my 3rd time going as well. And every time I'm ready to do or add or I'm in a new place. So coming back over and over again is really beneficial because we're able to learn something new. We're ready to apply something that we may not have been ready to apply before. And things shift and change. So it's really kind of a good accountability and actually doing it and working at it right then and having the resources so I don't have to text Shannon and say, what do you think of this? Or Gio, what do you think of this? Because they're all right there to really help us and do it. And we walk away with packets of things that we can apply and send off right away that are about us. So I love that it's, you're walking away with things you're going to use.
And we love that you take pictures. She takes the best photos and captures the tears and the celebrations, and it's amazing. Yeah, it's definitely a lot of fun. So Mike asked a really great question as a newbie. He said, this is my first time here. What do you suggest to get the most out of it? So one is to be certain, and I'm going to open this up for a minute, that you take time to answer. You want to go grab it? Yeah. To take time to answer the 13 steps of your expert Power Bio. Okay, great question. Okay, hold on. Let me get to the Power Bio in just a minute. Mike is with Earth Adventures, a new startup adventure course in Manatee County, where we make it a wild day. Awesome. Thank you, Mike. And if you want to put your website, that would be great. So the press release is used to send to the media. So you can send it to print, you can send it to radio, you can send it to TV to be able to attract stories. And there's a formula that I teach that you don't have to be a good copywriter, you don't have to be good at English. I mean, you want to have basic skills of making sense, but I make it so elementary that anybody can do it. And then we're going to go through exactly how to submit it to them, what to say. And, my story, Kathleen, is I had an event where we had 500 attendees, and from writing a great press release and getting it to the media, we bumped it up in 1 year to 2,000 just from free publicity. So it's a very powerful tool to not only attract new clients, but also it's that third-party validation. So to be able to say, like with the summit, I can say, man, we've been featured in Florida today, and Facebook, we've been featured all over the place. It helps add that credibility for you. Great question. So being ready, one of the things which makes each one of you ahead of the game here is that you have your homework and you've worked on your elevator pitch and working on the Power Bio. So the Power Bio, I just want to really implement that it is a 3-step process, and I'm just asking you to complete 1 step before the event, because what happens is a lot of people want to go to number 3. They see those questions and they go, let me write my bio. Or they say, you know, I have an old bio, let's try to work with that. And if you're working with me, like I can give you feedback on your bio, but it's not, you know, I'm just looking at sentences and words. And where the magic is in this process, because in step 1, you're going to do a complete data dump. And in that data dump is where we find the gems, the rubies, the diamonds, things that you may not see as being relevant, or, you know, that you might say, this is my old job, or I'm not sure why this is here. That data dump allows us as an outsider to look in and say, you need to have this, like this should be here, or what are the numbers on this? And you'll hear me talk a lot about this. I'm really big on numbers. Media likes numbers. They've done stats to where anytime you use numbers, you get more attention, you get more readers. So I'm going to invite you, when you're doing your data dump, anytime you can put in numbers, put that down. So your first step, and I'm going to open this up for questions at this point and just kind of check in with you on your bio. And I know, George, you just registered, and Anthony, you just registered. So you just got this information and you may not have it yet, but I want to see if there's any questions. Is that first step is just putting down anything and everything. I've had people come and literally have 20 pages. Now that's a lot, but don't, you know, you can't have too much. You don't want to just do one line. Like, we can't do much if you just answer the question one-liner. There needs to be more than that.
There's a lot there when you stop and think about it.
There is. And don't try to disassociate your past with your present. Because just like, you know, Kathleen, I'm gonna choose you to share this. You know, your background in writing resumes and helping people secure jobs helped you really be able to learn how to craft a LinkedIn profile that makes you magnetic. And that's a skill. So you may say, well, I'm not doing that anymore, but I can easily see how that gift is being applied to what you're doing right now. So put everything down that's there. You got somebody that joined your club. He's got an elevator pitch that he'll probably share with you here shortly. and he knows how, you know, we could learn from him, because look at him. He just came in with a new member to his club. Awesome. So let me open this up for any questions, and I'm going to start here, and then, yay! And you're giving a mark. Mike, do you have any questions about the Power Bio process? Either Mike. Mike here. Either Mike. Either Mike. Do you have a question?
Well, the data dump. Now, is that different from using the power words that you provide as data dump? That's data from your own life.
Yes. So
you provide.
Yes. So so I included power words, and I just want you to know I have not done that before. So I hope you guys are excited about that, because usually I just, you know, I don't give that out. So the words are designed to trigger your mind, so that you can get ideas when you're creating the data dump. So I use both. I kind of go through and read them and go, oh, I've created, or I've manufactured, or I've collected. And so they're verbs that are designed to really help you do the data dump. And people have done it without it, but I just thought this would add more sizzle to what you're doing and help pull out those items. And so data dump, to me, is if it comes to mind, it goes down on the paper.
Okay.
Even if it doesn't make any sense at all. You know, you'll hear this story that day, but I have a friend who is a professional arm wrestler, and she ran a health food store, and she's like, this doesn't have anything to do with arm, you know, health food store or arm wrestling, but we were able to put that in her bio where it was awesome. I mean, it just really sounded great. It added sizzle to it, and so if it comes to mind, it goes down on the paper. All right. Do you have any questions about this?
I don't. I have lots of paper. I have lots of stuff.
So you would bring that with you, though, Shannon?
Yes. Yes.
The event. Okay.
So the ideal situation, and again, you can just come with it on a piece of paper, but if you can get step one of having it typed up to where it's in a Google Doc and it's printed, then we can take you to step two. And step two, and some people do step one and step two at the same time. So let me tell you what that looks like. If there's something that you know is significant, if there's something that you, without a shadow of a doubt, I've gotten $3.1 million in free publicity, I'm going to highlight that, or I'm going to make that in bold. That's significant, and I know that I need that in my bio. So step 2 is where we go through and we start highlighting those gems, and we start digging a little deeper and asking those questions of what are numbers that can be there, or tell me a little bit more about that. So if you can get step 1 of the data dump down, then step 2 is where we're going to start going through and highlighting them and finding those gems to create it. And step 3, which please do not come with step 3 unless you've been multiple times, because we'll be
You'll revise it anyway.
We'll be removing you back to step 1. Step 3 is where we start pulling all those gems, and then we start crafting the story. Okay, so any questions for you on the bio? No? Okay, Kathleen, I know you had some questions, and I muted you, so you'll have to unmute yourself.
And Mike asked us not yet. Is it like a resume?
Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if step 1 was the all 12 steps, but now I'm realizing that step 1 is just that main accomplishment, right?
Step 1 is the 12 questions. So yes, you are correct. Yes.
All 12.
I answered all 12 questions, which is with as much as you can. And there's actually a 13th question. And the 13th question is significant clients you've had or you have to be included.
Okay, so clients, okay. Okay, I think that was it. I think that was the only question I had about the bio.
Okay.
And then the press release.
Okay, perfect. Yay.
Thank you.
Anthony, do you have any questions about the 13-step Power Bio process?
No, I think I'm okay. I just didn't have much time really to work on it because, like you said, I just got the email a couple of days ago, but I think I'm okay so far. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. And Mike has a question, not yet. It is like a resume. So no, this is not like a resume. You can pull out parts of your resume and put it in there, but this is like a story. So if you go to my website, shannongronich.com / I think it's bio, or you can go there and just, about, then you can read a sample. And we usually work with the longer bio first, about 5 paragraphs. And then from there we can make it shorter. So you can pull from your resume, but this is actually crafting a story. And George, do you have any questions about the 13-step Power Bio process? You may be multitasking. Okay. So we work on—
No, I'm good. But I'm glad you asked.
Okay.
I was trying to figure out. This is the first time I've used the mobile to access Zoom, so it's taken a little bit of time to get acclimated to it. But no, I think you're doing great. I wish there was a job aid or something, but I'm starting to understand your process. So, thank you.
Okay, awesome. Thank you. I'm so glad you're here. Yes, and that's one of the other benefits of hanging around us is you get to be in touch with new technology. Because I don't know what it is. Probably because my dad loved technology and he always had the latest and greatest. So I just tend to go, okay, what can we do? And how do we reach the masses with technology? So thank you, George, for playing with us. So the bio is the first day, and we work on that. We do have different speakers that'll be happening, and they're going to be contributing their wisdom, their knowledge to help you craft that and share things to help you garner more publicity and sales. Then the second day, which starts at 9 o'clock, again, we're going to start right on time at 9 o'clock. And we're gonna honor you that get there on time and there. The second day is when we work on the press release, and that's really where we work on the PR plan, how to contact the media, and we will do the press release process there. I don't want you to start that now. There is an actual template that I'm going to be giving you that'll come in your workbook that you can use over and over and over again. One of the great things about the press release process is that it's the one that I got millions of dollars in press. Let me show it to you. That took our event to 2,000. Nope, I don't have it in here. I mean, it's just small. It's real simple. See how it's double spaced? So we'll support you with that there. Do not worry about the press release. We will get that started and work that as a group. Just focus on the Power Bio, because the bio is the hardest thing. And to me, it's the biggest impact. This is where I was able to charge more money once people could see what we've accomplished. And she was in Africa this year, and she's done some really big stuff. So you want to continue to add to the bio. I personally go through this 13-step process every year. I review it every year and see, what do I need to add? What do I need to update? How do I make this better? Kathleen, you have a question?
Yes. The Power Bio and the elevator pitch, I'm having trouble. Like, I feel like they belong together. Like, some of the elevator pitch belongs in the Power Bio.
Yes, they can. You can. Just for the sake of the workshop, we keep them very separate. Okay, because we want you to be able to deliver your pitch anywhere, network events, and even when you're with the media, they may say, "Who are you?" or "Tell me about it." You want to be able to have something that's 30-second, quick, clear, and concise. So it is a completely separate thing. And then the bio is what you will use on your website. You can use in brochures. I even send it before doing meetings with people, and I request theirs. So it's really just showcasing you in a bigger way.
Okay, thanks. That clears it up.
Okay, perfect. We're going to have everybody changing seats after lunch, so I'm just giving you a heads up so you don't have shock when you're like, wait a minute, I got settled here. Because we do a lot of activities together, we want to be sure that you get to meet and connect and get feedback from different people. So even though you have your laptops, be ready to move. If you have an extension cord or an extension plug-in, I'm going to bring some, but you may want to consider bringing that. You don't have to bring your laptop. Some people just do this in a notepad and it'll still work, but I found if you have it, you can get a lot more done.
I did it first without and the second time with, and I really liked it with better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it helped me be able to edit easier and keep track of where it was and organize the file, the notes even how I wanted it. Yeah. So I can quickly refer back. And I still write notes in the book, in our workbooks, because I want to refer to your information and have the connection to your actual sheet. So I do a bit of both, but I did like having the both of them.
Awesome. So when I do when we do the part with the bio and we're working on the bio and we're working on the press release, this is going to be the opportunity that as you're wanting support, you can raise your hand and one of us will come around and give you feedback. So this is really wonderful to be able to access some of them that are right there. At the end of the day, as a VIP guest, you get to sign up for one-on-ones with the individuals that are there. And that's the great opportunity, again, to have them look at flyers, have them review things, and you have that time to be able to really get one-on-one support on what you would need next. I have to share, we had, the audience in the living room. Oh, I have to share, we had one year somebody who took over a 3-generation company, and he brought in an ad, and he said, I took the company over and we're really struggling with this ad. And you'll hear, I'll share, because we don't have the speaker coming this time, but when you market yourself, it's good to talk to both audiences, people with the head and people with the heart. Because I'm very heart-based, I tend to write that way and share that way, and I will be leaving out the head if I don't include that. So with this ad, when we looked at it, the individual was all head. There was, money and time and those things that people need. But they added just a little penguin to the ad. It was an AC company, a little penguin with a scarf. So it got the heart, and it was able to hit both the head and heart, and it did impact his bottom line. So if you have advertising and things like that, please bring that for people to review. And the time to review that would be at the lunch, the VIP lunch for your mastermind, and then at the end with the one-on-one sessions, if that makes sense. Because when we're doing the activities of your press release, they're going to be there working on your press release. They'll be there working on your Power File.
And use them.
And use them.
Use them. Yes. It's because you're not going to have them when you're at home by yourself.
Yeah,
You can't
yeah.
remember what they said, or remember what Shannon said. So use us while we're there.
Yes. And record it. Feel free to record it. Like with smartphones nowadays, if you're meeting with somebody, just even at the meal, say, I'm gonna record this, because that you can go back and listen to it over and over again, and that way you don't have to worry about frantically taking notes. We're all okay. I mean, I like to ask permission just to confirm again at the time, but remember to record things so that you have those gems that they share. Awesome. Okay, so I think, Thursday night, we have an extra bonus where we're bringing in Entrepreneur Focus Group. That was started by Lisa Soloway. Her focus is helping people expand and maximize their economy. So Lisa Soloway is going to be speaking. Serge, the money doctor, who's going to be sharing secrets that they don't want you to know about money, and he helps people eliminate college debt, all kinds of things when it comes to your business and personal financial needs. And then I'm going to be talking about media, and we're going to be providing appetizers. So that'll be from 6:30 to 9. I know it's a long day, but I at least want you to know that if you can stay around, I did send the link to reserve for that, so that we make sure that we have enough food. There'll be a cash bar, and we'll be just mingling afterwards. So even if you stay 6:30 to 7 before we start, invite you to do that. But you definitely Serge helped me a ton with a lot of things. He's somebody that you want to meet, and same with Lisa. They're both really great. So that's an added bonus. And so I'm going to go around one more time and just see if there's any questions, final remarks, aha moments. Bring your Media Magic book. If you have this, Anthony, I'll get you a copy of yours, but bring your Media Magic book so that you can use that as we're going throughout the day. And then you'll also get a workbook with the templates and the things that the teachers are teaching also. So before we go any further, I want you to hear a money-making elevator pitch. Yep, right there from that little guy in the back. All right, Gabriel, you want to share?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Welcome to Ninja Family Club. We help families to help other people so they can be happy. Our membership is $1, $5, $10, or more. Which one would you like to give to me? You get pictures of me on your refrigerator door to remind yourself to make other people happy.
Yay! Thank you, Gabriel.
And that's why he walked in with the money in the middle of this.
Yes!
Because he just got somebody to give him money for his thing.
Yep. So great. So let's just go around and please say your name. And if you have a website, say your website again. If you have a giveaway, say that real quick. I don't want to spend a ton of time on this, but I just want us to get to know you. So say your name, your website, and then any ahas or takeaways, and we'll go from there. You want to go first, Charlie?
I will go first. I'm Ms. Charlie Mace, owner and expert at colortools.com, and there is a free report on the importance of color analysis. It covers not only wardrobe, cosmetics, decor, but your business branding, because color is the language of its own. Colortools.com.
Awesome. And so what do you, any ahas or?
My ahas are just, I keep showing up. Seems like there's one every 10 minutes. So I'm looking forward to it.
Awesome. I can't wait. Okay, Christina.
Christina Stewart with Christina Stewart
Great. I can see
Photography.
Christina. You gotta, thank you.
To find out more information about my class, ChristinaStewart.info. My last name is spelled Stuart. And ahas is I love this community of people, and all of you are new, and I'm so excited that you guys are coming because you've really become family. Somebody commented how you guys love that we have this in her living room. Well, we do this every week.
At least once.
At least once a week. And we really have become a family, and I just love this whole community of people, and it have really helped me grow, and you guys are really the reason I did end up going. Africa, and I'm going to Belize in November, and I'm going on the cruise this summer
Yes!
to see. It's been a good year.
Thank you.
So welcome to the family. So glad you're here.
Awesome. Mike, you want to go next?
Sure. Are we repeating the?
No, not just, you just say, I just want to, if you want to say your name and your
How to get
business,
something
yeah, your business or how to get in touch with you, and then any ahas or final
Sure.
remarks.
Michael Stern, and it's a hypnosis business, and just the aha is just that I am so glad that I'm here, and very excited to get going with ideas about how to market my business and move ahead with it. I'm very excited about it, and it feels like just the right time.
Perfect. Thank you. You just brought up something that I would love if you can do this. If you can go to Facebook and please join the event and say hello. There's the 4th Media Magic Sales and Marketing Intensive event. Go ahead and mark that you're going, and then say hello. Let us know what you're up to. Share your intentions, and yes, share the event. Okay, George. All right, George put his contact information there. George, any final remarks from you? Closing
Yeah,
words?
can you hear me okay? Oh, there I am. Okay. Little window. I'm about this big on my phone. So, yeah, no, I just want to tell everybody I'm really excited about this, and it's really personal for me. I met Shannon many years ago. I think, Shannon, what was it, 2005 at a Heart conference, and I was a corporate executive, and I was not very heart-oriented in business, and that experience of meeting Shannon really changed the course of my life. She's one of the most beautiful people that I've ever met, and she comes from a place of love, and I have to tell you that my entire company is based on the word love. And last year, I'm a scientist. I do behavioral and performance improvement assessments for managers and corporate leaders. And last year, I had my whole event ready to go with Nova. And someone came up to me and said, "George, this all looks great. It's very academic. You've got all your hard data. You've got your soft data. Everything's academic. But there's something missing." And I was like, "Well, what's missing?" And they said, "You." And I said, "Well, what do you mean?" And I've been working on this for 10 years. And so they said, "Well, what do you always talk about when you talk about people getting together? And what do you want them to do?" And I said, "Well, ultimately, I would like people to love one another." And he said, "Where is that in your presentation?" And so I called Shannon. I was almost in tears. And so we've got a dynamic trademark and a registration now with the USPTO, and it's LOVE, but it's for business. And since I beta tested it and put it up with some corporate leaders around the country and in Canada and in Europe, it's been amazing the number of people that have come out and said, how could you finally, thank you, someone finally did it. They married love and business besides Southwest Airlines. Because you have to understand, most organizations, when they talk about love, they talk about products, selling products and services. They don't talk about people transferring knowledge and then, leading it to a behavior change. And that's what my organization's all about. So, I love this, the whole media piece. Yes, I've worked with lots of other people like you, Shannon, but you are heads and tails above the rest with all of their master's degrees and the PhDs. And it's because God has blessed you. And I'm so glad that we finally are here. So that's for me. So there you go. Any questions? I just want to make sure I understand the date. You said I'm living in South Florida in Fort Lauderdale, so I've got to come from. I got to come on the 16th. I've got to be there, right?
It's the 16th and the 17th. 16th.
Okay, and then I would leave on. Okay, very good. Okay, thank you. That was it.
Okay, awesome. Okay, and let's see here. Thank you, George. I'm so glad you're coming. It's going to be amazing.
Yep, I love you.
Love you too. Oh, this is Mike Jones that's on here. I just put this together with the Earth Adventures, E-Ventures. Make it a wild day. Mike has been with us forever and ever. Everybody knows Mike. He's with the leather hat. The brown hat. Yes. Mike was my very first and only volunteer. And he did everything. My first event. So we love you, Mike. I'm so grateful that you're coming. Hey, George and Mike, you two need to connect about possibly rooming, and Fizz may be able to room. I know that you guys are looking for roommates. Anthony, any final closing remarks from you? I know you're muted.
Thank you. I'm Anthony Profeta, meditation teacher here in Florida, and you can find me at Anthony Profeta. That's PROFETA.com. And I just want to thank you so much, Shannon, for putting all this together and for helping those of us who are still looking to get more publicity and more PR and really don't know the ins and outs of press releases and all of that. So thank you so much for doing this.
Awesome. Thank you. And he came to our last summit, and we loved having you there. I'm seeing you leading a meditation there next time. So
thank you very much.
Planting the seed. All right.
It'd be an honor.
Ari, did you have any final closing remarks before we go to Kathleen and I close it out?
There's more people to talk to? You mean we got to talk?
You don't have to talk.
Well, I'm just making fun because that's really what we're here to do, is to talk, right? To get people to hear our message. So for me, I look forward to having the clarity of my message. So that's kind of what I'm looking for giving. I see pieces that other people don't see, both in your body and in your business. So I look forward to helping the people that are coming and see the pieces that they haven't seen before.
Beautiful. All right, Kathleen.
All right, I'm Kathleen Tamburino, and you can find me at LinkedIn Training by Kat. I'm an expert and the owner of LinkedIn Training by Kat, and my biggest aha is helping people learn how to use the power of LinkedIn to grow their business. I developed an easy, authentic and dependable system that I use for my business to generate leads. So I love and I enjoy to show other people how to do that. And that's something eventually I want to get trademarked and copyrighted as well. And I wanted to thank you for inviting me to this event. I'm very excited.
Me too. Thank you. We have all these South Florida people from all over Florida coming. So, and my closing remarks are just, I'm filled with gratitude and so much appreciation for you trusting me on this journey. I've wanted to give up Media Magic a number of times because I felt like I'm now wanting to build community and joint ventures and events, and
You can still do that.
and I still I feel like at the core of everything that we do, everybody I meet, like the messaging is so powerful to attract what we want. And so I'm doing it another time. It may be the last, but I'm doing it another time. And I'm hoping that each one of you, not I'm hoping, I know each one of you will be inspired to really let your light shine. And I see this as a birth and a new beginning for each one of you to get out there in a big way. So, yay! See you next week. Yay! And let Christina know if you're interested in headshots, and so that she can get that done early. How would they reach you if they were
I'll
interested?
put my phone number in there. It's area code 352-219-0319. Text me and just who you are and that you want a spot for some information. So that's 352-219-0319.
Okay.
I would ask you to put that in the chat or send me an email. I gave my information to everyone because I'll need photography and media. I've got my own video production company with me, but different artists have had a lot of gifts to give. So.
And I wanted to say one more word of encouragement is engage. the more that you engage in the process, the more you're going to get out of this. So when when we're saying raise your hand, when there's an opportunity to get the hot seat, grab the hot seat, really engage in the full process to get the most out of it. And because of time, and I'm going to go over this that day, I may help you be speedy, but yeah, definitely engage. It'll be a lot of fun. All right, I'll see you next week. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Bye for now.